And if we could just go ahead and start off, can you give me in your own words a short synopsis of what this bill is about, just for our viewers that aren't 100% sure?
Sure. Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to be able to attend Governor Abbott's State of the State, and I was so thankful to see that he declared school safety an emergency item. I've heard from many concerned parents. Parents are concerned about their children's safety on our campuses, and I am one of those concerned parents. I have a child on a public school, high school campus, and I have another child that's on a college campus right now. And, I'm hearing from parents, safety, what are we doing? And we're working on legislation this session. We're going to talk extensively about anything and everything we can do to make our college campuses and K through 12 campuses as safe as possible. Here in Texas, we have one of the longest early voting periods of any state in the nation. We are open 2 weeks, all day, every day. And with polling locations on our campuses, we're inviting people that would not normally have business on our campuses for a really long period of time. And I believe it's not ideal to have people that we may not be able to identify. Should they be here? Should they not be here? If anything happens, that's usually one thing that law enforcement will say. We'll look for anyone who looks like they don't belong. Well, during this period, we have all day, every day for 2 weeks. We have those individuals. So I also filed a bill to eliminate polling locations. I didn't file, sorry, it's being drafted, to eliminate polling locations on K through 12 public schools, charter schools. Another bill being drafted right now is to expand school marshal programs to peace officers and military.
Okay, and back to the 2390. Now, college student voter turnout was at a record-breaking 66% in the last election, and voting jumped 17% across college and university campuses, as in that voting by those students was happening at the campus. Now, that's according to the Institute for Democracy and Higher Education. Now, are you worried about this record going down with these college students due to them not having as easy of an access to these polling places?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I have the utmost confidence that our young adults will be able to find a polling location, even if it's not on their campus. I have a college student adult, it's a child of mine, he has done that. If you really dig into how many college students actually live on campus, it's a very small amount usually. Some campuses can't even accommodate the entire freshman class on campus. So I know these students are leaving campus. They're leaving, like my son, he goes to the grocery store. He actually does go to church, I believe. He tells me he does. But anyway, there will be polling locations, like I said, like I've seen polling locations at churches, at grocery stores, fire, EMS, community centers. There's so many other options that we don't have to invite people onto our school campuses that would not otherwise be there. And your main concern is these people coming to campus, but my question is, a lot of college students, at least in my experience, I just got out of college, so I'm used to the culture. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. A lot of the people I was around, they didn't have access to reliable transportation, especially not to drive them halfway across town. I mean, buses cost money, Ubers, Lyfts, all of these things cost money. So a lot of college students, they don't have the money to pay to drive all the way to wherever the next polling location is. So it was really convenient to have these polling locations on campus. Would it be possible and would you ever consider doing something about that, making it mandated for transportation to be necessity and to be had to have for these students who aren't able to get to polling locations by themselves?
I believe that college campuses would be more than willing to accommodate those students. I know that some do right now, and they've done it in the past, and I'm sure more would do it in the future if needed, to be able to bus people, children, kids, staff, whoever, to a polling location.
Okay, and back to your first point about the safety of students. I mean, that is something that is on every parent's mind. I mean, I know it was on my parents' mind, and I still have a little brother who is in high school, so it is definitely a thing that comes up in my family quite a bit, is his safety at school, what my safety was when I was there. These people who come to the college just because it's the nearest polling location, would it be possible to, instead of getting rid of them, would it be likely for us to just increase security at these polling locations, or mandate a ID that you have to show before you're even able to enter and do anything like that, or not even get into show registration, but do you know what I mean? Like a bouncer at the door, essentially.
So, I have thought about that, but right now, with all the defunding the police and the cuts and stuff, we're already don't have enough. A lot of places and communities are already struggling with lack of law enforcement, and I would hate to increase that burden on them at this time.
Okay, and is there anything else that you hope to gain from this bill besides student safety and things like that?
That's what we'll be discussing extensively, thankfully, this session, and I look forward to being a part of being able to make our campuses as safe as possible.
Perfect. Well, that is all the questions I had. Is there anything else you'd like to add about these bills, or any other bills you filed recently?
No, ma'am. I think you covered it all.
Alrighty, perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Representative Isaac. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for reaching out.
Of course, of course. Good luck this session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Alrighty, once again, that was Representative Carrie Isaac with the Texas legislative session. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.